Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you some comics news, reveal the books I bought this week, and, if I screw up, a blooper reel. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that logo! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Coming to you from Southern Realms Comics and Games here in Ruston, Louisiana. And folks, this is my very first episode of the show that I'm doing as a 36-year-old. My birthday was 2 days ago on November 2nd. Today's November 4th. And this is actually the first thing that I get to do in order to celebrate my birthday because, unfortunately, my birthday ended up on a work day. So there was only one thing I was allowed to do. Well, two things I was allowed to do. Work and sleep. Not very much. Now that I'm here, it's on. All right then. It's time to give away a free t-shirt. All right, last week's episode, I asked, who is the world-eating Marvel character who the Silver Surfer once served as the herald of? Well, the correct answer is Galactus. And 11 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in a drawing for a free tee, and that drawing takes place right now. So, the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is... Corday Modest from Simsboro, Louisiana. So congratulations, Corday. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, here's a question for next week's episode of the show. And this one is a Green Lantern question. What branch of the U.S. military did the John Stewart Green Lantern serve? Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee in next week's episode. And here's a hint. He was one of the few and the proud. All right, now D'Angelo Blue from Warren, Ohio has done it again. He's come up with another... That was my phone. He has come up with another Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight request, and this one features a very unstoppable Marvel character. Well, somewhat unstoppable. And a very unstoppable DC character. / Vertigo. Representing DC and Vertigo, we have Dr. Manhattan. And representing Marvel, we have the Silver Surfer. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call...
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Dr. Manhattan versus the Silver Surfer. Dr. Manhattan possesses atomic manipulation, teleportation, super genius intelligence, invulnerability, perfect memory, extrasensory and visual powers, dimensional travel, precognition, self-duplication, self-sustenance, and temporal and history manipulation. The Silver Surfer wields the power cosmic, absorbing and manipulating the universe's ambient cosmic energies. He can augment his strength to incalculable levels and is almost totally indestructible. He can navigate space, hyperspace, and dimensional barriers, and can fly at near limitless speeds on his board, entering hyperspace when he exceeds light speed. He is even proven capable of time travel on occasion. The Surfer does not require food, drink, air, nor sleep, sustained entirely by converting matter into energy. He is immune to temperature extremes and most radiation, and can survive in vacuum environments such as outer space and hyperspace. He can analyze and manipulate matter and energy, and destructive or animate matter at will, even transmuting elements. He can heal living beings, though he cannot raise the dead, and is proven capable of revitalizing or evolving organic life on a planet-wide scale. He can alter the size of himself or of other matter, cast illusions, fire energy blast, form and manipulate energy constructs, manipulate gravity, absorb and discharge most forms of energy, and phase through solid matter. His senses enable him to detect objects and energies light years away, and to perceive matter and energy in subatomic detail. He can even see through time, and with concentration, can achieve limited perception of past and future events in his general vicinity. The Surfer has demonstrated limited telepathy ability on occasion and is proven able to influence human emotion and sensation. Who will win? One thing's for sure, if Dr. Manhattan wins this fight, it won't be easy. This would take place in outer space. The two would use their full arrays of powers on each other. Dr. Manhattan makes duplicates of himself, but the Silver Surfer flies around them and going untouched while doing so. Dr. Manhattan calls off the duplicates and alters his size. This proves to be unsuccessful since the Surfer can do the same thing, and does. Dr. Manhattan soon realizes that the only way to win this fight is to go back in time and prevent Galactus from making Norn Rad, the Silver Surfer's identity, his herald. The Surfer, thanks to both his limited telepathy and his limited perception of future and past events, quickly finds out what Dr. Manhattan's next move is and follows him to that event. Realizing there's not much else to do, the two go back to their present and respective universes. This fight ends in a draw. And that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that fight, and if you have fight requests for future episodes, contact info is down there. Alright then, it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, I'm only going to talk about one thing in this segment of Comically Speaking, and that's Thor Ragnarok. It came out in theaters yesterday, or if you saw a midnight showing of it, it came out Thursday night. I haven't been able to see it because of my work schedule, but because I'm off this weekend, I'm going to go see it right after I'm done with the show. Now, Thor Ragnarok, of course, Chris Hemsworth is reprising his role as the God of Thunder. And then there are several other characters in Sir Anthony Hopkins as Odin. Cate Blanchett is playing Hela. Now, Hela is the ruler of the realm called Hell. Quite astute, huh? And in this movie, Hell comes to Asgard. And that actually did happen in the comics. And what I love about this, they're not only they're going to combine that with the story arc that happened a decade ago called Planet Hulk, where the Hulk gets shot into space by a bunch of Marvel characters called the Illuminati, and then he has to fight for his own life and ends up becoming king of the planet Sakaar. Well, and also Tom Hiddleston will be reprising his role as Loki. And also Valkyrie will be in the movie. So I'm very excited about this, and very excited about the movie. Can't wait to see it. From some of my friends that I know that have already seen the movie said it was very good. But you know what? I mean, I'll listen to them, but I want to see for myself. Y'all know me. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now then, let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
Okay, I'm not going to give a brief description of each book. I'm just going to let you know what they are. First up is Cyborg number 17. Cyborg number 18. Green Lanterns number 34. Royals number 9. Teen Titans number 13. Superman number 34. Batman White Knight number 2. And finally, Spider-Man number 234. Now, you really can't see, but that's a holographic cover. Marvel is doing this part of their Marvel Legacy thing. Alright, that's 8 I bought, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 8,275. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. What branch of the U.S. military did the John Stewart Green Lantern serve? Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee in next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Corday Modest from Simsboro, Louisiana, who won a free tee in this week's episode. All right, it's birthday time here on the Comic Hero Show, and happy birthday to Michael Kurspel, Gerard Henderson, Rod Green, Melissa Johnson, Kelsey Hicks, Leslie Brookshire, Demias Currents, Brenda Williams, Julian Jones, Richie French, Dr. Claire Evangelisti, Mary Johnson, Allison Wilson, David Aubrey, Sean Kaiser, Russell Goodwin, John Nix, Patience Brown, Sharon Swearingen, Nicole Ware, Kamisha Waller, Sherry McDonald, Pastor Caleb Adams, Shacourtney Walker, and Kimberly Gibbons.
You forgot someone.
Oh, me! Oh, y'all got me something. What? Holy turbo boost! Knight Rider from the Lion Forge Comics publication. Oh man, I've been looking for this for so long. Let me see how many issues are in here. Okay, there are 8, which now brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 8,283. All right, wow, thank y'all so much for this. This is great. Oh boy. You know, I did have a chance to really celebrate my birthday this week because of work, but I'm definitely going to do so. And boy, I'm telling you, I'm very humbled. Very humbled to be doing this show, very humbled to see another year. I'm just humbled. I mean, to God be the glory, y'all. I mean, this is just great.
You did it.
I mean, like I said, right after I leave here, I'm going to go ahead and go see Thor Ragnarok. And then when I leave to see Thor Ragnarok, I may read this bad boy next. Well. Anyway, I'm Victor Nunley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 189, right back here in Southern Realms Comics and Games. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and happy birthday to me!
So Stanley comes to you and tells you, all right, we want to pour your blood to put in the ink of the Victor Nunley Comic Hero Show comic book. You say, nope, I ain't doing it.
Well, I'd have to make an exception for him because he.
So there are exceptions to the rule.
That, folks, is the first blooper. Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. Coming to you from Southern Realms Comics and Games here in Ruston, Louisiana. And folks, this is the first episode of the show that I'm doing as a 36-year-old man. And I need to do that again because I said the word 36 with conviction. Blooper reel. All right, last week's episode, I asked, who is the world-eating Marvel character? And I need to do that again because I know better. Blooper.
Well, now I got to come up with one that he probably hasn't done.
I always go with the silly ones. Slapstick versus the mask, the Lobo Duck versus.
You can't stand onions?
Hold on.
Onions are delicious.
All right, I'm only going to talk about one thing in this episode on comically